The quiet of space was shattered by a sudden alarm. Sensors across the solar system picked up something impossible, an alien superfleet, larger than anything humanity had ever imagined, moving steadily toward Earth. Ships stretched for kilometers, bristling with strange energy weapons that pulsed with light, reflecting off the void like distant stars. Humanity had faced dangers before, but nothing on this scale. Panic rippled through governments and populations alike. In the heart of the United Nations Space Command, Commander Elena Vargas stared at the holoscreen showing the approaching fleet. Her jaw was tight, her fingers resting lightly on the edge of the console. Around her, officers whispered and typed frantic calculations. The numbers did not lie. The aliens had thousands of ships, far more than Earth's defenses could match. "This is not a drill," Elena said quietly, her voice firm, cutting through the chatter. "We are outnumbered, yes, but we are not powerless. Get the scientists here. I want options. Now." Moments later, Dr. Arman Singh, head of the Orbital Defense Project, arrived with a tablet full of complex schematics. His gray hair was disheveled, and his glasses reflected the red and blue warning lights that filled the room. "Commander," he said, voice tight, "we've known this day could come. Our superweapon project, the one we've kept secret, is ready, but it's never been tested in real combat." Elena's eyes narrowed. "You mean it could fail?" Singh shook his head. "It might. But it could also win us the battle in ways no one expects. It is fast, it is precise, and it is human. Human." The word brought a strange comfort. For centuries, humanity had survived disasters that should have ended them. From wars on Earth to near misses with asteroids, humans had always found a way. And now, facing a fleet that could destroy entire planets, that same courage and cleverness was their only hope. The room went silent as the holoscreen shifted, showing the aliens' trajectory. They were already inside the orbit of Jupiter, moving with terrifying speed. News feeds from around the world began broadcasting the images. Cities watched in fear as the massive shapes filled the night sky. Social media exploded with panic, theories, and prayers. Children pointed at the glowing dots above, unaware of the danger they represented. Meanwhile, humans were not idle. Earth's combined military forces moved with disciplined precision. Fleets from every continent took positions, deploying satellites, drones, and orbital cannons. Engineers worked at blinding speed, recalibrating energy weapons, running simulations, and calculating angles for attacks. Every decision mattered. Every second counted. In the command center, Elena and Singh watched as AI systems ran thousands of combat simulations. The alien fleet was not just large. It was intelligent. Algorithms predicted their movements, learning from patterns and adjusting tactics. Yet the AI also highlighted weaknesses, vulnerabilities that humans could exploit if they acted quickly. Dr. Singh tapped on the screen, bringing up an image of one of the alien dreadnoughts. "See here," he said. "Their energy shields are strongest in front but weaker at the joints. If we can coordinate a strike to hit these points at the same time, we could destroy a ship almost instantly." Elena's mind raced. "And if we can destroy one, the others will be distracted. Chaos spreads fast." "Exactly," Singh said, his eyes lighting up. "Humans excel at chaos. It's time we use that to our advantage." Far above Earth, in the silence of space, the alien fleet approached like a storm. Its massive ships reflected light from the distant sun, each vessel casting shadows across its neighbor. Alien officers observed with cold precision, confident in their overwhelming numbers. They had encountered species before, but never one like humanity. Their records warned of resilience, cunning, and unpredictable tactics, but they had dismissed it as primitive instinct. On Earth, humans prepared to prove them wrong. Scientists coordinated with military commanders, giving instructions to pilots and drone operators. Satellites were activated, energy cannons charged, and the orbital AI system synced. Every human involved knew the stakes. Failure was unthinkable. In the streets of major cities, citizens watched the sky. Some panicked, some prayed, but many simply stared in awe. Humanity had faced disasters before, but this was different. This was not a storm of nature or a disease. This was a storm of the stars. And yet even in fear there was pride. Humanity had survived impossible odds before, and somehow they would do it again. Back in the command center, Elena took a deep breath. "All teams, listen carefully. This will not be easy. We are outnumbered, yes, but the enemy does not know what we can do. We have one advantage: our creativity, our speed, our ability to work together. Every drone, every ship, every cannon is part of the plan. Do not hesitate. Trust each other. Trust humanity. Her words echoed in the room, giving a sense of calm amid chaos. Engineers nodded, soldiers straightened, and officers took their positions. Outside, satellites and drones awaited their instructions, orbiting silently like guardian angels. On the alien side, their commanders issued commands with confidence, unaware of the trap forming around them. Their fleet was powerful, yes, but predictable. Humans had studied their patterns, learned their weaknesses, and were ready to strike. Elena and Singh watched as the alien ships entered the inner solar system, now visible even to the naked eye. The first salvo was imminent. Earth's defenses braced, lights on ships flickered, and drones moved into formation. Humans could feel the tension in every heartbeat, in every movement. This was it, the moment that would decide the fate of the planet. Dr. Singh whispered almost to himself, "It's amazing, isn't it? They think they are the hunters, but they have no idea what's coming." Elena nodded, eyes locked on the approaching fleet. Let's show them what humanity can do. Above Earth, the alien fleet advanced, vast and unstoppable, or so it seemed. Below, humans waited, hearts pounding, minds focused, and eyes bright with determination. The calm before the storm was ending. Soon the heavens would ignite and humanity would make its stand. And in that quiet moment, with the entire solar system holding its breath, humans prepared for the fight of their lives. They were outnumbered, yes. They were outgunned, yes. But they were human. And that, as always, made all the difference. The alien fleet advanced steadily, their enormous shapes blotting out the light of distant stars. Earth's orbit thrummed with tension. Every human eye was on the screens. Every sensor monitored the approaching threat. The silence in the command center was deafening. Humanity was on the edge of a precipice. Dr. Arman Singh walked among the officers, his eyes calm but sharp. "We've spent decades preparing for this," he said quietly. "The weapon is ready. Every component, every calculation, every system has been tested, on paper. Now it's time to see if it works in reality." Commander Elena Vargas nodded. "Then show me, Doctor. Let's make history." Singh tapped a few commands into his tablet, and the holoscreen shifted to reveal a hidden network of orbital drones, energy cannons, and AI-controlled targeting satellites. Hundreds of thousands of drones hovered silently in formation, small but deadly. They could move faster than any alien ship, strike multiple targets at once, and operate autonomously if communication was lost. "These drones are not just weapons," Singh explained. "They are a system. Every movement is calculated. Every strike is precise. We've learned their likely attack patterns and designed this network to exploit their weaknesses. They won't know what hit them until it's too late." Elena studied the display, feeling a spark of hope. Humanity had faced many disasters before, but nothing like this. The aliens were confident, massive, and armed with technology far beyond what humans had ever encountered. Yet humanity's advantage was its unpredictability. Humans were resourceful, quick to adapt, and willing to take risks that others would never dare. In the observation deck above, pilots checked their fighter ships, running final diagnostics. Young men and women, barely out of training, prepared to engage in a battle that would decide the fate of their world. Their hands were steady on the controls, their hearts full of determination. Fear existed, yes, but it was tempered by courage, the kind of courage only humans possessed. Back in the command center, Singh activated the AI targeting system. Lights flickered across the holomap, each representing a drone, a cannon, or a satellite. "The system can calculate millions of possible outcomes in seconds," he explained. "It will adjust every strike in real time. Timing is everything. 1 second off and we lose the advantage." Elena's fingers hovered over the launch console. She could feel the weight of history pressing down on her. One decision, one order, would set the world on a path no one could reverse. She inhaled deeply. "Launch protocol ready. All teams report status," a chorus of voices replied. "Drones ready. Cannons charged. Fighters in position. AI online." "Good," Elena said. "Then let's begin." The first drone squads detached from their formations, moving in perfect unison toward the alien fleet. At first, the ships barely noticed. They were massive, their shields glowing with energy, confident that no small human craft could threaten them. But the drones were faster, smarter, and coordinated. They zipped between the alien vessels, striking at joints and weak points identified by the AI energy cannons fired in precise bursts. cutting through the outer layers of alien hulls. Explosions rippled across the fleet, sending shockwaves that disoriented alien commanders. They had never faced an opponent capable of such speed, precision, and coordination. Confusion spread through their ranks like wildfire. On Earth, civilians watched live broadcasts in awe. Cities lit up with emergency lights, and people gathered in squares and parks, staring at the night sky. They saw flashes of light from space, distant yet powerful, signaling the first blows of humanity's counterattack. Parents held children close not out of fear but pride. Humanity had never faced an enemy like this before, yet here they were standing firm. In the command center, Singh's eyes flicked across the hollow screen. "They're reacting slower than expected," he said. "Our calculations were correct. Their formations are rigid. Our drones can exploit the gaps." Elena nodded, her hand steady. "Then let's widen the gap. Activate the secondary cannons. Target the flanks." Instantly, massive orbital cannons fired, beams of concentrated energy slicing across space with pinpoint accuracy. Alien ships that had seemed invulnerable suddenly shattered as humans struck at vulnerabilities. Drones darted in and out, guiding the beams with the AI's calculations, and explosions bloomed across the enemy fleet like fireworks. The alien commanders shouted orders trying to regroup, but it was too late. Their massive formations began to falter. Ships collided with one another in chaotic confusion, energy shields overloaded. Panic spread among the aliens, a reaction they had never anticipated from humans. They had thought humans were weak, predictable, and slow, but humans were proving to be everything they had underestimated: clever, fast, and relentless. Above Earth, fighter pilots engaged alien scouts, weaving through laser fire and debris. Young men and women, trained for years but still human, dodged attacks and executed maneuvers the aliens could not predict. Each strike was calculated, yet driven by instinct, bravery, and teamwork. Humanity was small compared to the alien fleet, but it moved with a purpose, a speed, and a precision no one could ignore. Dr. Singh smiled faintly. "They don't understand human creativity. They never could, and that is why we will win." Elena's eyes were fixed on the holoscreen, watching as human strategies unfolded in real time. The alien fleet, massive and powerful, was beginning to show cracks in its armor. Each drone strike, each cannon blast was calculated, yet executed with human determination and courage. It was more than a battle. It was a statement. Humanity would not bow. Humanity would not break. As the minutes ticked by, the alien fleet began to falter more visibly. Explosions created chaos within their formations, and the drones moved like lightning, exploiting every weakness. Humans on Earth held their breath, hoping, fearing, yet knowing that the tide was turning. "Commander," Singh said, pointing to the holoscreen, "we are seeing the first real signs of success. Their front lines are breaking. The secondary formations are confused. Timing is crucial. One more coordinated strike could decide the battle." Elena's jaw set. "Then we give them that one strike. All units prepare for the final maneuver. This is humanity's moment." For the first time, the alien commanders felt fear. Their calculations could not predict the human tactics. Their confidence, built over countless victories, was crumbling. Every human system, every drone, every cannon, moved as if they were one organism, a collective intelligence no alien had ever faced. And on Earth, millions of people watched, hearts pounding, eyes wide with disbelief and pride. They could see flashes of light from orbit, the result of a battle no one thought humanity could survive. Yet here they were, not just surviving, but winning. Singh turned to Elena. "This is only the beginning. Humanity is about to show the galaxy what it can do." Elena nodded, knowing he was right. Humanity had faced impossible odds before, and this time was no different. The aliens were powerful, yes, but humans had something they could never understand: creativity, courage, and unity. Above Earth, the drones and cannons moved into position, ready to deliver the final strike. The aliens, massive and confident just moments ago, now hesitated. Humanity's secret weapon was ready. The countdown to history had begun. The moment had come. Humanity's secret weapon, the network of drones, orbital cannons, and AI targeting systems, was fully operational. Commander Elena Vargas's hand hovered over the launch console, steady and unwavering. Every system was ready. Every calculation was complete. Outside, the alien superfleet moved with menacing precision. unaware of the storm about to descend upon them. "Status report," Elena ordered, her voice calm yet commanding. "Drones in formation," replied Lieutenant Rios. "Cannons charged. AI targeting online. Fighters in position." Dr. Singh stepped closer to Elena, eyes fixed on the holoscreen. "This is it, Commander. Everything depends on timing. We strike as one. Every drone, every cannon, every ship moves together. 1 second off and it could fail. But if we succeed..." He let the thought hang in the air. Elena nodded. "We succeed. Humanity succeeds." She pressed the command button. Instantly, the calm of space erupted into action. Drones shot forward like lightning, weaving between alien ships with uncanny precision. Their movements were synchronized, guided by the AI, each unit knowing exactly where to strike. Energy cannons fired in rapid pinpoint bursts, cutting through alien hulls as if slicing paper. The aliens were caught off guard. Their massive shields flared, absorbing initial attacks, but the precision and speed of human strikes began to overwhelm them. Explosions rippled across the fleet, and massive ships that had seemed invincible now shook under the force of coordinated human fire. In the command center, Elena's eyes never left the holoscreen. "Focus on the joints," she instructed. "Target the weak points identified by the AI. Timing is everything. Strike together." Lieutenant Rios nodded, sending new commands to the drones. They darted toward the weak spots with calculated speed, avoiding alien counterfire with astonishing agility. The AI constantly adjusted their trajectories, predicting enemy movements in real time. Every strike was devastatingly precise. The alien commanders shouted orders, attempting to regroup, but confusion spread quickly. Their massive formations, so carefully structured, were breaking apart under the relentless assault. Ships collided with one another, and shields overloaded from unexpected attacks. Panic spread through the alien ranks, a reaction they had never anticipated from humanity. On Earth, civilians watched live broadcasts, eyes wide with awe. Flashes of light appeared in the night sky, distant yet powerful. People cheered, some in disbelief, others in cautious hope. Humanity was fighting back against impossible odds and holding its ground. Above, fighter pilots engaged alien scouts with skill and daring. Young men and women, trained for years but still human, executed maneuvers that defied the aliens' expectations. They moved with speed, intuition, and bravery, striking at vulnerable points and drawing enemy fire away from critical areas. Every action mattered. Every second counted. "Look at that," Singh whispered, pointing to the holoscreen. "They can't predict us. Their formations are collapsing. Our drones are moving faster than their sensors can track." Elena nodded. "They thought they were invincible. They underestimated humans. That was their mistake." The alien fleet, enormous and confident just moments ago, now struggled to maintain order. Explosions blossomed across their ships like distant fireworks, each one sending shockwaves through the surrounding vessels. They had never seen an opponent capable of such coordination, such precision, or such courage. Humanity's small fleet, armed with creativity and determination, was dismantling them piece by piece. "Secondary cannons, focus on the flanks," Elena commanded. "Drones split into attack groups. AI adjust strike patterns. Time it perfectly." Within seconds, massive energy beams tore through the alien flanks, hitting multiple targets simultaneously. Drones guided the beams with incredible accuracy, striking joints, engines, and energy nodes. Alien ships shuddered and broke apart, debris scattering in the vacuum of space. The unexpected assault caused chaos in the remaining formations. "Commander, they're trying to regroup," reported Lieutenant Rios. "But their coordination is falling apart." "Our strike is working." Elena's lips pressed into a thin line. "Keep the pressure on. Don't let them recover." The alien commanders realized they had underestimated humans. Their calculations had assumed slow, predictable resistance. They had counted on fear and disorder to give them the advantage, but humans had turned the very chaos of battle into a weapon. Every move, every counter, every decision was guided by intelligence, speed, and courage. Humanity had turned weakness into strength. In orbit above Earth, the final phase of the first strike began. The drones split into multiple attack groups, each targeting clusters of alien ships. Energy cannons fired in perfect synchrony, beams converging on points identified as critical weak spots. Explosions lit the darkness of space, each one a testament to human ingenuity and daring. The alien fleet faltered further. Shields failed. Engines overheated. Ships collided. Commanders shouted in disbelief, unable to respond quickly enough. The humans, small in number but enormous in resolve, were dismantling their massive armada with unmatched speed and precision. On Earth, millions held their breath. Families, friends, and strangers watched together as humanity proved its strength. Flashes of light, visible even from the ground, marked the destruction of alien ships. People cheered, cried, and stared in awe. Humanity had turned the impossible into reality. Dr. Singh turned to Elena. "It's working. The first strike is more effective than our simulations predicted. They didn't expect such precision, such coordination." Elena's eyes were fixed on the holoscreen. "We are not done yet. Keep going. Push them to the edge. Show them what humans can do." The drones continued their assault, striking faster, smarter, and more efficiently than ever. Energy cannons fired with unmatched precision, hitting multiple targets simultaneously. Alien ships exploded, sending debris spinning across space. Their formations, once tight and confident, were now fragmented and chaotic. The alien commanders tried to respond, issuing new orders, but it was too late. The humans had already anticipated their movements, predicting each reaction and countering it before it could take effect. Every human action, every decision, every strike was amplified by teamwork, courage, and creativity. Fighter pilots weaved through debris, dodging alien fire and hitting critical targets. Drones darted between massive alien ships, striking weak points with deadly accuracy. Energy beams cut through hulls and engines, leaving destruction in their wake. The alien fleet was collapsing piece by piece. Elena leaned back slightly, a small smile forming. "This is just the beginning. Humanity is showing the galaxy what we are capable of." Dr. Singh nodded. "They will never forget this. They will never underestimate us again." Above Earth, the first strike ended in triumph. The alien fleet, enormous and terrifying just moments ago, had been hit with a precision humans had only dreamed of. Their formations were shattered, their confidence shaken, and their strategy defeated before it could take full effect. Humanity had proven that even the smallest, most underestimated opponent could triumph through intelligence, courage, and unity. And on Earth, people celebrated not just the victory of the first strike, but the proof that humanity could face the impossible and win. They were small in number, yes, but they were clever, brave, and determined. Humanity had shown its true strength. The alien fleet was in disarray. What had once been a vast, organized armada now spun in chaos, broken apart by humanity's first strike. Explosions echoed silently in the vacuum of space, debris scattering like meteors. Alien commanders barked orders, but their vessels were no longer in formation. Panic rippled through the ranks, something they had never experienced. On Earth, millions watched live feeds with awe. Even the most skeptical citizens felt a rising sense of pride. Humanity had faced an enemy that seemed unstoppable and had turned the tide in mere minutes. Flashes of light streaked across the night sky, the distant hum of energy beams and explosions visible even from the surface. Children pointed, parents held them close, and strangers cheered together. The impossible was happening. Humans were winning. In the command center, Commander Elena Vargas observed the holoscreen with sharp eyes. The alien formations were now fragmented. Ships collided with one another, some spinning out of control, others drifting aimlessly. "They are panicking," she said quietly. "Now is the moment to push harder. Keep the pressure on every front." Dr. Singh nodded, his fingers dancing across the hollow tablet. "Their shields are weakening, especially in the secondary fleets. If we strike now, we can destroy their cohesion completely. The AI has calculated every possible counter, and none succeed. Humanity is overwhelming them." Lieutenant Rios called out from his console. "Commander, our fighters report enemy ships trying to regroup, but they are scattered. Drones are blocking their escape routes, and cannons are hitting their engines simultaneously. They can't recover." Elena's jaw tightened. "Good, continue the coordinated attacks. No hesitation, no mercy. Every vessel we strike increases confusion. Every explosion spreads fear. This is exactly what we need." In orbit above Earth, swarms of drones moved like clouds of silver lightning. Their speed and coordination made them seem alive, almost sentient. They darted between alien vessels, striking at critical points. Energy cannons fired in precise bursts, beams intersecting at vulnerable joints of alien ships. The results were devastating. Massive explosions tore through the armada, sending shockwaves across the surrounding ships. Alien shields flickered and failed, Engines overloaded and ignited. Chaos spread faster than any human could have imagined. The alien commanders struggled to maintain order. Their communication networks were overwhelmed by simultaneous attacks. Messages were garbled, orders were ignored or misinterpreted, and confusion became the new command. The fleet that had once seemed invincible now floundered, each ship acting almost independently, driven by fear rather than strategy. Meanwhile, on Earth, civilians held their breath as they watched the chaos unfold. Even from thousands of kilometers away, the brilliance of explosions and energy beams was visible. People cheered, some cried, and many whispered words of hope and pride. Humanity had survived countless disasters in its history, but this, facing an alien superfleet, was the ultimate test. And humanity was passing with flying colors. Back in the command center, Singh and Elena monitored every movement. "Look at that," Singh said, pointing to a cluster of alien vessels. "They're colliding. Our drones guided the energy beams perfectly. The AI predicted these collisions. Their entire fleet is breaking apart." Elena nodded, her eyes never leaving the hollow screen. They underestimated humans. They thought speed and size alone would win. But humans are clever, adaptable, and fearless. That is something no algorithm could predict except ours. The human fighters weaved through debris, dodging energy blasts and retaliating with calculated precision. Young pilots, some barely out of training, executed maneuvers that left alien scouts disoriented. Every strike, every move was a mix of human instinct and technological perfection. The aliens had weapons and numbers, but humans had strategy, courage, and unpredictability. In the midst of chaos, a massive alien dreadnought attempted to rally its fleet. Its energy cannons roared and shields flared with brilliant light. Yet even this mighty ship was no match for humanity's coordination. Swarms of drones attacked it from multiple angles, guided by AI calculations. Energy beams targeted its weak points simultaneously. Explosions ripped through the hull. The dreadnought's shields failed under the pressure, and it tumbled into the void in pieces. "Commander, their flagship is down," Lieutenant Rios reported, voice tense but filled with excitement. "The rest of their fleet is disorganized. They're trying to flee, but the drones are intercepting them." Elena allowed herself a small smile. "This is exactly what we needed. Continue the strikes. Leave nothing to chance. Humanity will not just survive, we will dominate this battle." On Earth, celebrations began even as the battle continued. People cheered and hugged one another, overwhelmed by a mix of relief and pride. Schools, offices, and homes paused as citizens watched live feeds. Humanity was not just defending itself, it was proving that even the smallest species could stand against the mightiest adversary and win. In the alien ranks, confusion turned to fear. Commanders shouted in frustration, but their ships no longer obeyed in unison. Pilots hesitated, unsure of the next move. Some abandoned formations entirely, drifting alone in space. The alien fleet, once a symbol of terror and power, was collapsing into fragments under the coordinated might of humanity. Dr. Singh turned to Elena. "They are panicking." Their response is slow, uncoordinated, and chaotic. "Humans have done the impossible. They are tearing apart a fleet that should have destroyed us in minutes." Elena's eyes were steady. "It's not over yet. Keep them in chaos. Push them further. Show them the full power of human ingenuity and courage." The drones, fighters, and orbital cannons executed new commands. Every strike was calculated, precise, and devastating. Alien ships exploded in rapid succession, sending debris into the void. Collisions created chain reactions, taking down vessels before they could even fire a shot. Humanity's tactics were unrelenting, intelligent, and swift. The alien fleet's commanders realized their mistake too late. They had underestimated humanity, assuming that numbers and size alone would dominate. But humans were not predictable. They were adaptable, courageous, and capable of thinking faster than any alien algorithm. Chaos became humanity's weapon, and the aliens had no way to counter it. Above Earth, the final phase of the chaos spread. Drones intercepted fleeing ships. Cannons fired in perfect synchrony, and fighter pilots executed maneuvers that left aliens disoriented. Explosions lit the darkness of space as the alien fleet fractured completely. Panic, fear, and confusion became the dominant forces among the enemy, while humanity maintained focus, precision, and unity. Commander Elena Vargas looked at the holoscreen, her voice calm but firm. Humanity has done what no one thought possible. But we are not done. Keep the pressure on. Let them feel the full weight of our resolve. Let them know that humans cannot be underestimated. Dr. Singh nodded. They are learning that the hard way. Chaos is a human weapon, and it works. In space, the alien fleet staggered. Ships spun out of control, some drifting silently into the void, others breaking apart from collisions. Human drones and fighters continued their relentless assault, exploiting every weakness. The aliens had expected fear. They had not expected strategy, speed, and courage combined. On Earth, people cheered louder, hearts swelling with pride. Humanity had turned the tide of an impossible battle. The chaos among the alien fleet was a sign of hope, a symbol of what humans could achieve when faced with unimaginable odds. And far above, in the cold expanse of space, humanity's strength shone brighter than any alien weapon. Chaos had become their ally, precision their shield, and courage their sword. The aliens would never forget this lesson. The alien fleet staggered in chaos. Their once mighty formation had shattered into fragments, ships spinning helplessly through the void. Commander Elena Vargas stood at the helm of the command center, her eyes scanning the holoscreen with sharp focus. Every second now counted more than ever. Humanity had the enemy on the ropes, and one perfectly timed strike could end the battle in minutes. Dr. Arman Singh hovered nearby, fingers resting lightly on his tablet. Commander, the AI has calculated the final sequence. Every drone, cannon, and fighter has a target. If we execute now, the alien fleet will be destroyed in less than a minute. Elena's jaw tightened. Then we do it. All units prepare for the final strike. Timing is everything. On Earth, the tension was palpable. Across the globe, millions of people watched live feeds, holding their breath. Every flash of light, every distant explosion made hearts race faster. Humanity was moments away from achieving what no one thought possible. Above, human drones and fighters moved with deadly precision, positioning themselves around the remaining alien ships. The AI calculated every trajectory, anticipating every movement. Energy cannons lined up, their beams ready to fire simultaneously. Even a fraction of a second's delay could disrupt the plan. Every human involved knew the importance of absolute coordination. Drones lock on, Elena commanded. Cannons prepare to fire. Fighters cover the flanks. Execute on my mark. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Instantly, the silence of space erupted into brilliance. Energy beams shot forth in perfect synchronization, cutting through alien hulls with deadly accuracy. Drones guided the beams, dodging counterattacks, and striking at weak points identified by the AI. Fighters moved like shadows, targeting engines, energy nodes, and shields. The alien commanders shouted orders, but it was too late. Confusion had already taken over their ranks. Their ships collided, shields failed, and engines ignited uncontrollably. The aliens had never faced an opponent that could strike with such speed, precision, and coordination. Humanity was executing a plan no one could have imagined. On Earth, people cheered as explosions lit up the night sky. The brilliance of destruction was visible even from thousands of kilometers away. Families hugged, tears streaming down faces, hearts swelling with pride. Humanity was not just surviving, it was winning, proving that even the smallest species could challenge the mightiest adversary. Within 47 seconds of the final strike, the alien fleet had been obliterated. Every ship was destroyed, reduced to drifting fragments in space. Shockwaves rippled across the void, sending debris spinning into the distance. The aliens had no chance to retaliate. They had been outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and outmatched by humanity's ingenuity. Dr. Singh exhaled slowly, a mixture of relief and awe in his expression. It's done. In 47 seconds, the alien superfleet is gone. They underestimated us, and they paid the price. Elena allowed herself a rare smile, her eyes still on the holoscreen. Humanity did this. Every scientist, every pilot, every soldier contributed. This is proof of what we are capable of when we work together. The command center erupted in cheers. Officers clapped, engineers hugged, and pilots shared smiles of triumph. Humanity had faced an impossible challenge and emerged victorious. The AI, drones, and cannons had executed flawlessly, but it was the humans' courage, ingenuity, and determination that had made the difference. Above, the remnants of the alien fleet drifted silently. Ships were broken, engines disabled, and weapons destroyed, The aliens had once believed themselves unstoppable, yet they had been reduced to nothing by a species they considered weak. Humanity had rewritten the rules of the battle. Across the globe, celebrations continued. Cities erupted in cheers, fireworks mingling with the broadcasted images of the destroyed alien ships. People danced, hugged, and cried in joy. Humanity had survived the unthinkable and had done so with brilliance and courage. Dr. Singh turned to Elena, his voice quiet but full of respect. They will never forget this. Not in a million years. Humans have shown the galaxy that we are not to be underestimated. Elena nodded, still watching the hollow screen. This is only the beginning. Other civilizations will see this and they will know that humanity cannot be ignored. But for now, we survive. And we thrive. In the vacuum of space, debris from the alien fleet continued to drift, slowly dispersing. Human drones and fighters moved among the wreckage, collecting valuable data and ensuring no remnants could pose a threat. Humanity had not only survived, they had learned, adapted, and conquered. Even the young pilots, many of whom were experiencing real combat for the first time, felt a surge of pride. Their training, their instincts, and their courage had contributed to a victory that would be remembered for generations. Humanity had faced a foe far larger and stronger, yet their unity and creativity had turned the impossible into reality. Back in the command center, Elena addressed her team. Every system, every person, every decision contributed to this. Remember this moment. Humanity can achieve anything when we act together, when we think creatively, and when we refuse to give up. Dr. Singh added, we must also prepare for the future. This victory proves our strength, but the galaxy is vast and there will be others who will challenge us. We must learn from this battle, improve, and stay ready. Elena nodded solemnly. We will, but tonight we celebrate. Humanity has shown what it can do. In 47 seconds, we turned an alien superfleet to dust. That is a moment no one can take away. Across the planet, celebrations continued. Streets were filled with people cheering, waving flags, and embracing one another. News broadcasts replayed the destruction of the alien fleet over and over. Analysts praised the human strategy. Scientists highlighted the precision of the AI and drones. And leaders called for unity and continued vigilance. In space, the solar system had returned to its quiet state. But the echoes of the battle remained. Humanity had left a mark not just on the alien invaders, but on history itself. The message was clear. Humans were clever, brave, and capable of facing any threat. They were a species to be respected and feared. As the command center quieted, Elena looked out at the stars. The galaxy is watching now, she said softly. They will know we are here. They will know humanity cannot be ignored, Dr. Singh smiled. And they will think twice before underestimating us again. Above Earth, humanity celebrated its victory, proud and united. In less than a minute, the unthinkable had been achieved. The alien superfleet was destroyed, not by sheer numbers or overwhelming force, but by human intelligence, courage, and determination. Humanity had written a story that would be remembered forever. And in that moment, as celebrations continued across the planet, humanity's place in the galaxy had changed forever. They were no longer just survivors, they were a force, capable of triumph against the impossible.